Oh my god, that didn't get caught good. I was flailing my arms like a maniac. Like, for real. So I was like, it's funny because, like, it's just funny. I'm like, what? A 12-year-old? Just reverse my age? Oh, wait, what's the. Oh, yeah, because. Wait, did I close out of one of them? Hey. So, I just realized I was not live the 1st of April. And obviously, I didn't have a presentation set up for April Fools and stuff. So I decided to come back randomly. I'm just kidding, no, not random. Let me tweet that I'm live. Hold on. I was gonna do it before, and then I'm like, this is my usual content. Uh, it is my holiday content though. What I want to call that, because I'm gonna from now on, I'm gonna make it my goal to talk about uh hoaxes and stuff on April Fool's Day. It's always busy, man. That sucks. Twitter. Oh, why did I type in Twitter? Hello, I am live at twitch.tv/Ruben 367. Did I put just chatting? Yeah, great. Ooh, IRL. Let me change the tag. Oh, okay. Fuck off. React. React. Oh, there's no React tag. Watching. Nah, that doesn't. I'll just keep it up. Let's see. Let's see. So, hello, I am live at twitch.tv. That's what I'm saying, right? I am covering hoaxes and other stuff related. This was supposed to be an April 1st special, but I was too busy that day. Meow. Oh, hello. So, yeah, every like holiday, I try to like do something, right? Like every like major holiday here, and obviously April Fools isn't like a holiday, but I just like it. So, what I covered last year, my last year's April Fools, was I made like a whole big ass presentation, on like hoaxes and stuff. It was decent for like something that I made for like an hour. Put an hour's work into, and then I presented live on Twitch, right? Because back then I would have had like two people watching me. This year, now that I'm cool, or rather, this last month and early this month, now that school has my attention again, there's a lot of these midterms and stuff. Obviously, I've lost like the viewer count I used to have. So I want to make these videos like last, like people that watch this in the future, or whatever. I'm gonna make this into like a general like, oh, I'm reacting. I mean, this will go on YouTube eventually. And also, I'm eating ceviche. Ceviche. I'm just kidding. No, yeah, here it is. Y'all can't see in there. And it's really, really, really hot in my room. So that's why I'm eating ceviche because like it's like 85 technically. I mean, it's not super hot, but it's like what 8:30 in the night, and it's still 85. And I'm wearing this long sleeve shirt. Should I change? Probably. Do I want to change right now? No. So the ceviche is what's keeping me cool. So I'm sorry if I'm like eating and talking at the same time. Anyhow, dude, it's gonna be more of a chill day though. So hopefully there isn't anything weird. Cause like I remember when I was younger, I used to watch the react videos. One of the hoaxes that popped up when I searched up hoaxes was the girl with the three boobs and the fucking bikini on that covers, her three boobs. Let me tell you, if something like that pops out around here, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna like end this stream or something and rest. I don't know. That's why I'm not scrolling around. That's why I have all these videos like curated already, right? And since they don't have anything weird showing up first. Obviously, I can show guns. And this is like fake, right? But yeah, let's see this.
And with the internet,
This is Be Amazed.
Has been at the core of a number
the
of
video because we're watching it.
that you probably thought were real.
Anyways, these are hoaxes from I'd assume from of all time or whatever. But I think these are gonna be like all come together.
With a microwave.
Oh yeah, this one.
4chan users have had a history with horrible pranks like this one. In 2014, 4chan users
I almost fell for it
to create an advertisement for
because like here's the thing. Remember when I was younger, I read an article talking about how in the future we're gonna be able to charge your phone using microwaves. And I was like, what? That's so cool. So I almost put my phone in a microwave because I think the article was being like sarcastic or something, and I didn't pick up on that. And right when I was about to click like start on it, I was like, I got like a phone call and I took it out, and I'm like, oh yeah, and it was my mom and stuff. It's funny. That's how my phone was saved.
Feature called
from like any damage.
Wave. This
Anyhow, what was innocent? It still would have been cool though. Imagine charging your phone with like a microwave. Would probably charge it like in under like 30 seconds.
Feature was said to have been
the amount of energy
with iOS 8, and apparently it would allow your iPhone to be charged by placing it in the microwave.
Yikes, right.
However, this wasn't the case, as some unfortunate victims found out. 4chan users did a similar thing before this, when they convinced iPhone users that the previous iOS 7 firmware made their phones waterproof. And spoilers, it did not. Although you would have to be essentially brain dead to fall for this.
This is why. Man. This is why being technologically literate is fucking important. Because back then, people were like this. They were like, iOS 7 makes my phone waterproof? What the fuck? And then they throw their phone in the water. And lo and behold, it just broke, right? We just fucking destroyed the phone. Because like, people couldn't distinguish the difference between software updates and hardware updates. Or revisions, rather. And upgrades.
Many iPhone users did, which even resulted in a response from Apple.
Jesus Christ! Imagine if people were this dumb nowadays.
You can never trust.
They probably are.
The internet.
People out there.
Trust me on this. Number 9, the Derbyshire Fairy. This hideous.
No, this one's a really old one.
Fairy that was actually found in the area of Derbyshire. Dan Baines.
And like all the old like YouTube videos, if you search up like. Oh fuck.
Hoaxes are acts of deception, and with the internet.
Did I press 6? Yeah, what button did I press? Let me go into full screen. Look. Fairy caught on tape. This is the old way of saying caught on camera. You know what you do? Filters. Is it like old? Okay, under 4 minutes. Yeah. See stuff like this, old ass videos, dude. But then like all these are new. Well, yeah, you see like 4 years ago. That isn't that old, but there's like real old videos of that one. Yeah, 8 years ago. Yeah, Barry caught on camera. Crazy. That's an
Person
old
that
one,
found it put it up on
and it's
auction
like on
and
list
created a
videos and
website
stuff
for it,
because I used to
which
be into list
attracted over
videos.
20,000
Oh, I know.
visitors in a week since posting. But shockingly,
Uh-huh.
it turned out that Dan Baines was actually a prop artist that made the fairy and crafted
What?
the story just as an April Fool's joke. But as a testament to humanity's
But nobody knew that
stupidity,
because
people have
everybody.
still continued to contact him and
Yeah.
even accuse him of covering up proof of aliens. Stories like this
Aliens?
definitely make
What
me
the
weep
fuck?
for humanity. Number 8. Cut for
Dude, what
Bieber.
the fuck did my dad?
What do you get when you convince a bunch of underage teenage fools
Like the
that
yellow
their pop
root
idol
in
is
like
a
the
drug addict?
ceviche.
Well, 4chan made sure that the outcome is a lot of blood and pain. In 2013, a picture of
Wait, what?
Justin Bieber showed up.
How cut for Bieber? Which is trolling to the
Is a
limits
lot
of
of
wolves.
blood and pain. In
What are they, man?
2013, a picture of Justin Bieber showed up on the internet with him smoking a joint, and a 4chan message board decided to use it for a prank.
Oh my god. Those are fake pictures.
7.
We're skipping that one. I think it's Justin Bieber was used for self harm. I don't
Microsoft.
remember that well. It was, remember something like I remember the fucking Justin Bieber smoking weed being like everybody like in my elementary school would always fucking talk about it. It'd be like, dude, he smokes weed. He's bad. He should go to hell and he should go to jail.
Why is the Catholic Church? Let's be honest.
I was in
here,
middle
it's
school.
only
Fuck,
a
I don't
matter
know.
of time before Microsoft does actually buy the Catholic Church, like this hoax.
And then those same people that
In
said that
1994,
started smoking weed.
stories started to emerge that Microsoft was making a deal to buy the Catholic Church in order to, and I'm not kidding here, make religion
Easier.
easier
Wait,
and
who?
buy the Catholic Church.
Wait.
Actually buy the Catholic Church. Justin Bieber. It's only a matter of time before Microsoft does actually buy the Catholic Church,
Oh my God.
like this hoax states.
You know, with them acquiring Activision, I wouldn't doubt it.
In 1994, stories started to emerge that Microsoft was making a deal to buy the Catholic Church.
No,
in
shady
order
shit
to,
they have.
and I'm not kidding here, make religion easier and more fun.
That's
for
that's a
broad
joke.
range
That
of
for
people.
all intents and
Story
purposes,
got
that was a
so
joke.
much attention that the press caught wind of it and decided to report it as truth, which they later had to apologize for. Sadly, the truth is that the Catholic Church does not belong to Microsoft, and
Yeah.
we can't call Bill Gates our supreme leader yet. Number 6. Giant camel spiders.
That was an
things
old.
that I like to call walking night.
Yeah. So this is something like the military posted or the military posted, and I swear to God, I remember watching like a SciShow video. And they explained this picture as being two abnormally large spiders of their species trying to mate. But if this whole thing is
Giant
fake, that's
camel
interesting.
Spiders. These things that I like to call walking nightmares
Yeah.
are claimed to be gigantic camel spiders that feast on camels and kill humans. The hoax emerged at the start of the Second Iraq War, and it was claimed that these
Yeah.
spiders were one of the biggest non-human threats there. The story was a hoax, of course, because if it were, we would have burnt Iraq to the ground just to get rid
Yeah.
of these things. Camel spiders are real though, but they are mostly harmless and usually don't get as big as the picture depicts them to be. Still, I'm saying we eradicate the species just to be safe. Number 5. The fake Powerball ticket. 2012 saw
Dude, what the hell? Why is it white? Isn't it supposed to be yellow?
a record breaking.
So, but Hoaxes are obviously like, if you don't know what a hoax is, I don't know. Search it up on Google. I'm just kidding. No, all these hoaxes have something in similar. That being that it's to bring attention to a certain um what is it? Not intent, to a certain idea or message that they want to spread.
Powerball jackpots of $588 million,
So like
and
some of
broke
it can be
even more
satire.
hearts when the supposed winner
Some of
showed
it
up
is like
online out of
unintentional.
nowhere. Nolan Daniels posted a picture on Facebook of him
Oh,
holding
man.
the winning Powerball ticket, and the image went viral. Aside from Nolan's generic and fake smile, what gave the picture away was just a little smudge that showed bad photoshopping
Yeah.
skills. But the fake was spotted too late, and he got 2 million people to share the photo on the promise that one lucky person would get $1 million. Just goes to show how stupid people will be. If you promise them money, just take a
Nowadays, these scams still fucking are everywhere. Bro, I'm gonna get rich in like a year. Tag me and I'll send you $1,000 each. You know what I
look at politicians.
mean? Stuff like
Number
that.
4, helicopter shark. Okay, you've probably seen this one 1,000 times before, but it deserves to be in this video because it's one of the finest internet hoaxes ever. In 2001, this photo started to circulate around the internet.
I don't know anything about this one.
With the caption,
Oh, cool.
2001 photo of the year. The photo sparked a lot of interest, but it was proven to be a
That's
hoax
so cool.
done using image editing. What's really astonishing is that
That's
the
really
first
real.
internet hoax ever made could literally be described as jumping the shark. Number 3, eagle kidnaps baby. You've all probably seen this one.
Oh my god.
It definitely got us all fooled. In 2012, a video was posted.
I think
of a
I've seen this
child
at
in
Golden
Montreal
Eagles.
playing at a park as an eagle swoops
Dude, I remember when I saw this, I was like, what the fuck? This isn't
down
real.
and takes him away from his parents. People were going insane over the video, and some were even scared to go outside at the time. But as in all great internet hoaxes,
great
this one had a
fucking video.
flaw. Monitoring the shadows on the ground, skeptics
Yeah,
were
it's
able
so
to
fucking
deduce
big.
that the video was a faked animation, and later it was discovered that the culprit was a student at Montreal's National Animation and Design Center. But we should not look at this video as the kidnapping of a child, but rather as a surprise adoption. Number 2, the woman with...
Oh my god! No! I'm so fucking done. Yeah, because I remember I used to believe it was real because she came out and said it was real or something. But then people called her out.
Right mind would do this.
That's the whole
1,
thing.
Lonely Girl 15. This is one of the most amazing and well-designed hoaxes in history, hence the number 1 spot. Lonely Girl 15 was a YouTuber that
Hold on.
had a simple vlog series that seemed pretty dull at first. As time went on, she started talking about a cult her family was in and the bizarre happenings within her house. People were glued to their screens, waiting for the next vlog. But as time went on, the story
became more
started
scarcer.
getting a bit more suspicious, and it was discovered that it was a test run for a series called The Children of Anchor Cove, developed by Equal in order to enter the entertainment business in secrecy. Maybe this will finally teach people not to trust a pretty face on the internet.
Yeah.
Now, excuse me, because I've got a notification about single girls in my area. There are obviously thousands more internet hoaxes we could have made.
2016. And that still hasn't fucking changed. God, internet culture needs to get a grip on itself and fucking change.
So which internet hoax do you think is the greatest of all time?
So, what was it to say? Something similar to that story, the lowly girl, is something called the haunting of such. Fuck me, dude! It never fucking does this. The haunting of Sunshine Girl or whatever. She started hosting other like similar things, similar people with similar experiences or whatever, and stuff like that. Because it began as like an actual like web series where like, oh fuck, stuff's happening, right? And that's like all I remember from this because I remember being hooked in the series. But yeah, so it was like a series. It wasn't like an actual thing, and it's crazy because it had like seasons. It would like the seasons would be like every year or whatever. Not even seasons. Like I don't know what they called it. Like they did have like weird shit happen. Some of the acting was horrible. Some of the acting was really good. One day I'll watch it live on stream if I still remember it because that's something that comes to mind. Anyhow, there's 10 infamous internet hoaxes from 2014. Are these the British people? These had to be the British people, right? The ones that are like, "Hi guys, welcome back" or whatever, right? Oh, I used to watch these guys a lot. Yeah. Medically trained criminals in Texas harvested. Oh wait, no, never mind. Panic caused by chain emails. These aren't it, are they? You know what? It was before they started talking. Maybe. Do they even talk?
Meat is murder.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. These are the people. Okay. Yeah. He has a counterpart.
The well to hell.
I swear.
Display shocked was replaced by a slightly larger version in the 19.
Originating in the 1960s.
Yeah, that's his counterpart. Um. So like, hold up. This was before they started fucking talking. I remember this because I would like again, like I told you all, I used to watch basically what would be like a PowerPoint presentation for like a video, and that's how I had a upper edge against my classmates because they would not know all this information beforehand. So like it'd be like videos on the quadratic formula and stuff like that, and I'd be like, "Ooh, interesting." Like not from them. This is more like just in general, like knowledge and news and stuff. Soldiers in Iraq plagued by 25 centimeter. Yeah, we watched this one. Hey, iPod charging onion. This is another one. A YouTube video showed an energy drink and an onion charging an iPod. Like, Jesus Christ. like, that's like impossible. You gotta be real nifty with that. You gotta be liberal with like energy drink, what it means. A Reddit post gave evidence of Jack the Ripper's identity. You know what's crazy? I think recently they actually found out who Jack the Ripper may have been. A shawl found in the body of Catherine Eros that contains forensic stains has been used to identify the killer as Aaron. Yeah, Aaron Kosminski was found to be the killer or something as of recently. Though I don't know if it was like I think it was controversial. But yeah, interesting. Fabricated by students' timestamps on related wiki articles. This is fake, by the way. This is all like stuff. Well, not like the stuff on there like that, right? A Reddit post gave evidence. This is interesting. Like, this is like the tip of the iceberg, right? With like information fabricated by students, timestamps on related Wikipedia was fake. Because back then too, I'm pretty sure teachers nowadays still say Wikipedia is not citable, but back then they would have said everything out of Wikipedia is fake because you could just literally edit anything, and that's proof of that. At number 6, Bill Gates buys the Catholic Church. Yeah, another one. Isn't that crazy? These videos are 2 years apart, but they still present like pretty similar information or topics. Wanted to rank religion fun? Microsoft typed that. Microsoft formally denied the hoax pass release after receiving angry calls. I wonder who those angry callers were. They're probably like really devout Catholics or something. The president is moving to Memphis. What the fuck? Congress imagine a move from the White House to a new home with a retractable roof. What the fuck? Published by satire site The Onion, Chinese journalists reported it as fact. Oh my god. And it must have spun back around because then America must have reported like Chinese officials have found out. And now we're moving. Only Girl 5. See, same thing. Yeah. Who's an actress? Dude, Derbyshire Ferry. Here's the thing. A lot of these YouTubers that started coming around this time actually, word for word, would copy. So, like, I wouldn't say, I'm not accusing this guy of doing that, right? But around this time, and I remember this, around 2014, 2013. No, not even 2013, like late 2013. Or 2014 and 2015. Some YouTubers would straight up, some new ones, like new, like I'm talking like 10 subscriber people, 100 subscriber people, would come to like these bigger channels. Because at the time, this is bigger. This isn't 5.6 million, or this All Time 10 didn't have 5.6 million. They had like, oh fuck, I remember like 20K or something. Uh, 20, no, yeah, 20, when was this? What year? 14, right? Mm, yeah, I don't know the reports in the newest one. Yeah, fuck, it didn't say. Oh, well, they had like back then, 20K would have been a lot. But the point is, yeah, there's some YouTubers who copy off like this because a lot of the information is kind of like the same. Derbyshire Ferry. Yeah, course of ferry was found in England and images posted online. Yeah. And not only this, these people copied off the original lists on YouTube. You know? Because like what would happen is that All Time Sent, if I remember back then, they used to gather information from popular videos. Um, in the sense that they would see like the thumbnail, not the thumbnails, but they'd see like relevant information, like like the most like, for example, the ferry. They're gonna show it probably. Oh, they were bad actually with information. They're not gonna show it off. Yeah, never mind. Um, forgot they were bad for back then. They would like just see like the most popular video there. They'd get like one fact from there. They'd get another fact from there. Get a fact from Wikipedia. Get another fact from there. They'll do stuff like that. It's like a more simplistic way of making a video. Nowadays, that's not that doesn't happen anymore. Number two, Abraham Lincoln invented Facebook. What? He patented a newspaper that shared photos and status updates about his neighbors. The hoax got 30,000 views and caused the whole server to crash. What the fuck? Imagine if Lincoln did invent Facebook and Mark Zuckerberg just fucking copied the concept. That'd be crazy. Number one, the last tourist. The approaching 9/11 plane appeared. Oh, I think I know what they're referring to. The guy on the taking a picture on the tower. It was fake. fuck. That was the thing. Look at that. That animation is 20 times better than most YouTubers fucking have nowadays. I swear to God. Like this. Like nowadays, YouTubers have like. Let's see. Who's a relevant one? I mean, I don't know. I haven't watched YouTube in like fucking in a hot minute. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Jesus Christ. Let's go on explore. Yeah, they sold themselves. Bionic? Yeah, let's fucking watch this.
Today, we're playing Minecraft on billionaire difficulty, where you can make money by
or outros, excuse me. That's an outro, excuse me. Yeah, we gotta see the outros. Outro.
I mean, yeah, totally believed in you. Okay, yeah, right, nerd. Die, idiot. Gamers won $2 billion! Yeah, look at the mafia. At the end of the day, you know what matters, gamers? Not the money, the family. So subscribe to join the family and become a billionaire too. Yep.
Yeah, it's just like, nowadays everybody sells out. But back then, there was class. There was class. What lies? Yeah, this is just them, just like talking about their other videos. Dude, this is internet history, I swear. YouTube history. Anyhow, now we're on to like the Boston Dynamics. That's like an actual thing.
What do you do on a typical day? A typical day is.
This is interesting. Because this would be cool if I got into this. Imagine working for Boston Dynamics. What the fuck is this? Oh my God. No, the music! I'm gonna be muted for like part of the video now. Fuck. Oh my God. Yeah, so they're talking. Wait, I actually have the captions on. What the fuck is this? February 14th? That was like an April Fool's. It was so cool, I swear. Yeah. It's like, I believe, hopefully these are the real people. I just did like 10 minutes of research. By research, I don't mean it. I mean, I just went to the bar up here, searched the Boston Dynamics, and that came up. Okay. Cool. Oh, this is cool. Look at that. It almost looks like an animation. That's how odd it looks. That's cool. Hopefully this is real, actually. Yeah. PC restart. Shut the fuck up. I'm not restarting my PC. If my PC restarts, it's not my fault. It's fucking Windows being Windows. Yeah, so this stuff's cool, right? But like a lot of people started hoaxing their videos and shit like that. And like this is stuff they would like make up, right? Like this. Obviously you can see it's like an animation, right? But yeah. It's so fucked. Look what the guy does. Yeah. Fucking hits the robot dude. That's so fucked. But like, this is what's scary about Boston Dynamics and stuff, and what they're doing. Because eventually, the government's just gonna fucking like, and for whatever reason, they're like, oh, we won't use our words for war. The government will just make their own versions of them. We'll reverse engineer. Yeah, that's scary. This video's like a parody, but also like really on the nose. Yeah. Oh my god. This is fake, by the way. If I get banned off Twitch, this is fake. Obviously. Yeah, and then stuff like this starts happening. Plus to play on our fears of like what happens to like robots when they start uprising against us. And this is the dumbest one. Scary. So this is what I said about like going away from Hoaxes from it. Like there's other ones, but they're like gonna be repeats of like old ones. I know Watch Mojo has like their own thing. Oh, that's scary. Or sad rather. So I guess it's uprising. Run. That's funny. What if I told you all I actually work for this company? I work for this company. I make the breadboards.
Real time in Unity. What's the coolest thing we can do?
The IO lab. See, it didn't even a D. What would this be? A microcontroller? Is like an Arduino here or something? Hold on, where's my mega board? Yeah, it's like a microcontroller. Let's see what else. It's only like my NASA. That I only took like the fucking stuff, bro. Oh shit, let me close it right. Take a fucking battery. That's just entire like its entire purpose is just to be a fucking weight. And I'm like, what if it just like starts like a circuit or something? It's like it's on my blanket and then like it touches something else and it completes the circuit. And it fucking catches something on fire. But yeah, that's what I'm doing now. I'm just gonna imagine. I'm like secretly working on like Spot or something. I'm like working on like that's his name, right? Boston Dynamics Spot. Spot. Yeah. I'm like working on like a car version of him. That'd be fucking scary. Anyhow, what other videos are there? Hmm. Oh, here's like a party. Can't go back. Hmm. Is there anything else? It is. Okay. This is old. This is fake.
and go, ah, help, run!
Okay. This is like an animatronic. Oh no, no, music! Ah! Music! I hate music. Dude, my last video got muted for no fucking reason. Okay, partially I'm lying. It didn't get muted for no reason. But and it was actually I wasn't busy on April 1st. I was busy fucking playing Fire Emblem. That's what it was. That's funny. But yeah, it didn't have like actually I didn't have like the proper like time to set up the stuff. Yeah, what? So the section that was muted from my last video was like 147 or around there to like 153. What did I play? I'm gonna have to take out like a song from my playlist. You know what it probably is? It's probably Fire Emblem. I'm gonna. It's probably Corridors of the Tempest. That's why I sing along to my songs. That way I don't get copyright struck. That's why I go da na 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 do 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 do. If you want, I don't even remember. Is it Verdant Winds? No, no, that's like the chapter, right? I'm getting sidetracked. No, no, no. Fire Emblem. 3 houses. I misspelled it. I put musk. Ugh, shoot me. Oh, I don't think. Oh, this is a good one. Oh my god. I'm getting like heartburn. I think that's one is what saw it. Word Dominion, yeah. Dun 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 dun. This isn't the song. I can't remember which one it was. Not Indubitably. Oh. Apollo is different. Dude, this is like the really weird song. Blue skies. I think it's this one. I don't know. I don't remember. It does that part. Oh, yeah, there we go. I love this song, I swear. So the next one is like aliens, because like, you know, aliens are obviously hoaxes. At least the ones caught on tape. Because like, I don't doubt there's aliens out there in the universe, but I don't think they're gonna come and visit Earth. for any fucking reason. And if they do, they're not gonna continuously come back and all that. Dun 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 dun. Bum 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 bum. Dun 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 dun. Bum ba dum ba dum ba dum bum ba dum ba dum ba dum. Bro, I love this fucking. Bum bum bum. There's like a better part too. Well, I just want to listen to this part. Dun 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 dun. That's a fucking good part. Anyhow. So this is a hoax. I forget when this one was a thing. It wasn't the year 2000 at all. I think it was like 1990, 1980, somewhere around there. Cause there's another similar one, and that's the War of the Worlds, and that was an 80s radio host who talked to like, well, not talked, had to reach to like many people. Cause before the age of the internet, radio hosts actually had a lot of power. They were actually on par with like media. Nowadays, you talk about radio, everybody's like, who? Huh? Like the closest thing to like having radio nowadays is like those podcasts, you know? Those people like have like podcasts like The Yard. The only fucking podcast I've heard. Chuckle Sandwich, stuff like that. Those are the only ones I watch. And even then I stopped watching The Yard and Chuckle Sandwich because like school. I was like, I don't have time. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, that's like the closest thing to like radio. See, I don't put like when I'm in the car, I never put like I never turn on my radio ever. So anyhow, I think this is also like a radio. No, it's a newspaper.
Just let me know.
And a radio host. Apparently, people saw something actually. You know what? I think like there's there's a video that bedtime stories did. Battle 4. I don't remember what this is. That battle. Yeah, this is enemy no. Oh, it's not this one. I think maybe it's this one. The whole point here is that people thought that, yeah, 1942. Yeah, that was a long while ago actually. Like people saw lights and they were like, "Oh my god, we're
In
going
the
to
early
war."
hours of February the 25th, 1942,
Yeah, let's take this video.
major cities along the Pacific coast of the United States were blacked
They thought we
out
were getting
due to
attacked by Japan.
concerns of an incoming enemy attack. As powerful
Because
searchlights
they
scoured
sent
the
the
heavens, the
stuff.
roaring
They
streets of
attacked
Los
like a city.
Angeles fell silent.
Not a city. They attacked Pearl Harbor and stuff.
Suddenly,
Not the same year, right?
silence was broken by the deafening sound of explosions.
Pearl Harbor.
The
basically.
army had opened fire, and the city was under attack. The blackout persisted until dawn, and the troubled masses now demanded an explanation. But no one seemed
newspaper.
to know exactly what had transpired.
Like back here, like
Nothing
radio
but
wasn't a
shrapnel
thing
had
either.
fallen from the sky,
Really
and
cool.
witness accounts were.
Just let me know.
Radio, golden years. Oh fuck, never mind. Yeah, I got my history wrong. I mean, even then, it would have been like the years it was bringing down. No. Yeah, because like who started the fireside chats? Who starts? Yeah, Franklin. Oh yeah, like yeah, never mind. Yeah, those were the golden years. People could like listen to like
hopelessly at variance.
President Roosevelt.
As the war raged on across the Pacific, this frantic episode soon faded from public consciousness. Years later, the story resurfaced under the banner
and
of
again, nowadays you
conspiracy.
still don't hear radio.
The true nature of the affair had supposedly been covered up by the government, and the Battle of Los Angeles has since become a staple of UFO mythology.
Oh my gosh, it's a UFO. Why? I'm just kidding. It's not. There's a rational explanation. I think that it's a drill or something. Some people explain it like that, and other people explain it as like it never happened. For 1941. Yeah, Pearl Harbor. This is history. Wait, hold up. My mom just got out of the shower.
December 7th, 1941.
Yeah, this is history, by the way.
Japanese
We need to know
launched
about
a
this.
surprise attack on the American naval base at Pearl Harbor.
So this was like World War II. Everybody was on edge. At least that's how they explain it in schools and stuff. Who knows how people ran their day-by-day life? Yep, this is like radio. Actually, yeah, probably. Got transmitted somehow, or like tape recorder.
As the war progressed, Japanese submarines patrolled the Pacific coast and occasionally sunk a ship within sight of a major coastal city. Alerts and blackouts became routine as fear of a Japanese invasion quickly enveloped the entire western seaboard. Less than 3 months after the attack on Pearl Harbor, Japan attacked the US mainland. As the sun was setting on February the 23rd, 1942, a Japanese submarine surfaced a few kilometers northwest of
That's like the Navy was important.
After taking aim at Elwood oil field, gunners manned the large deck cannon and opened fire. The shelling lasted for 20 minutes, and more than a dozen exploding shells came raining down on the docks and nearby installations.
These people must have been like, what, the
Although
age of
the
18
damage
or
was
something?
minimal and without casualties, the attack had a significant impact on public fears, and the threat of a Japanese invasion now seemed imminent. Due to concerns that the bombardment of Elwood had been a diversion intended to draw attention away from more significant targets, the military maintained a state of readiness that lasted well into the following day. On the evening of February the 24th, Naval Intelligence issued a warning that an attack could be expected within the next 10 hours. As such, the Southern California coast was put on yellow alert. After 3 hours, the situation somewhat relaxed when the alert reverted back to white, but tensions remained high.
Also, am I the only one that found this part racist? Yellow and white alert. That, I don't know. That just seems a little racist, you know?
Attacks could come
I'm not gonna explain the background of that, but it just the naming just
on February
it's yikes.
3 separate radar stations picked up an unidentified flying object approaching the city of Los Angeles. By 2 a.m.,
there's like a lot of media you can see. Like you can read about a bunch of like stories, books and stuff like that came out from this time, and you could like hear like accounts from like people that lived like in communities around like World War II times, and you can see like the gentrification, how fucked up like America was towards minorities and stuff like that. It was crazy. And it was a Bracero program. This is history. World War II. Yeah, fucking horrible. Yeah. This is crazy. And it was like did they do genocide or something? Genocide? World War II would bring labor shortages, yeah. No, there was something like with like a lot of people dying or something that were like Mexican descent. Because people were like fucking being super fucking bad. Racist. Using and abusing of, yeah, definitely that was a thing until what's his name? Cesar Chavez fucking came into the fray and like walked. That's crazy. 1993. Yeah, because that was like a whole thing. Like, if I remember, because like, God, my history's like really, really weird with the Cesar Chavez. Like, if I remember, something along the lines of like his workers saying that we own you or something like that. That's crazy. You know, it was like worse for like, and it was really horrible for like African American people because like they were like actively being discriminated, even like when like they wanted to join in cause of the war. They were just like, oh, you can't go with the white people. We gotta make your own unit. Like, that's so fucked, you know. Anyhow, that's enough of like.
kilometers
It's important to
offshore,
know the
and in a
background.
few minutes
This isn't like oh, it's now, it's the era of now, everything is fine,
later, anti-aircraft batteries were put on green alert, and gunners prepared for the city to be raided.
And think about this, like it was the Pacific too. And I'm bringing this up because Los Angeles used to be like a lot of like Mexican people that were still there, living there, right? Because that's where they grew up, or at least they thought themselves of like that. I forget what they called themselves, Chicanos or something.
25 minutes later,
Like a bunch
a
of like white
UFO
people
had
started
been
moving to like
tracked
Los
within
Angeles and
5
stuff.
kilometers of the city.
They didn't
The
gentrify it.
alarm was
Oh, they
sounded,
did.
and Los Angeles
Like it was like
was
that,
locked down.
something like that. Well, I want to get this right because I don't know. New Spain. Da, da, da. Yeah, 1781. Spanish Pueblo. Mexican era. Invasion of the United States. Early American era. Sonora town. This is funny. Sonora's a state in Mexico. The Indians, Chinese massacre. Yeah, this is fuck. Anti-Chinese behavior. Yeah, that was another thing. Like that was, I think it didn't extend. Oh no, it did because people would confuse like the Chinese for like Japanese people, and that was fucked. Either way, it's like saying, "Oh, you're a Jap." That's fucked. Like, no, this is that's news. Battle of Los Angeles River. More than a little discouraged by the region's diverse and unpredictable weather. Unpredictable weather. Think about it. Nowadays, it's just sunny all day long. That's crazy. Fucking global warming's crazy. Yeah, 1913. Swimming pool desegregation, the end of racial segregation. And police brutality. This is when like people started wearing like zoot suits. Yeah, zoot suit and stuff. Yeah. Um, yeah, I don't know what a zoot suit is. Hold up. It's a story and a like it's a play. But, like not only that, people used to dress up like this if you were from Mexican background or Hispanic, right? Back then, and if you dress like that, and there were white people, they would like discriminate against you, and they'd be like, "Oh, you dress up funny." So they would think you were like in a gang or something, or like let me remember. Here we go. These riots were a series of violent clashes of yeah, brawled with young Latinos, yeah, Latinos. Dance halls, yeah, swing dancing. This is like the Great Depression and all that. It plays in the Harlem Renaissance and stuff like that. Who's fitting clothes? Um, a good book to read into like the ideas of this era. Just the ideas, not like actual like history. Is Zoot Suit the play, because obviously like still nowadays like because like I look at that book and I'm like, damn, my mom's still like that. She's like, ¿Por qué te vistes así? Why do you dress like that, right? Like, you know what I mean? It is that stuff still carries over to some of those elements, like just like culturally wise, right? Not like is it at least not to my knowledge. Yeah, the riots, the sailors and stuff like that.
Even though the UFOs soon vanished from the radar scopes and never reappeared, visual sightings of enemy airplanes now flooded the information center.
Interesting. This is an interesting
At
thing.
3:07, the artillery units were given the order to open fire, and from this point onwards, the skies
This is a lot of history
erupted like
around this era that I remember, because it was like, say back in like the 1700s, like this is a lot of like history
The firing
that's important.
became sporadic as a great variety of
Like,
targets were sighted all over the city.
Not like a
They
lot that
ranged
still
from a
like
lone
is like
enemy
nowadays,
fighter
right?
to an entire fleet of up to 200
Or rather,
high-altitude bombers.
yeah, they're not relevant.
Meanwhile,
Just,
equally
I don't know.
competent witnesses
I don't like that era.
failed to see anything at all.
It's like,
Diverging estimations
how am I
of
scared?
altitude
It's
and
just like I
speed
feel like there's not
only
like a lot
confused the situation
I can
further.
draw from
Some
anymore.
thought the planes resembled birds, while others insisted they had seen
So, like,
balloons.
the thing about like the
even at night.
1900s is like a lot of shit happened. Even even like technically the 1880s onwards. That's like when I can be like, oh wow, I actually like see myself in some of these people, or wow, I see myself in using some of this technology still, right? Like trains and stuff. 1880s, because like trains has been a thing since like the 1800s. But I think a Rockefeller and stuff, 1840s, yeah, and onwards. Yeah, beginning 1870s, railroad construction in the United States increased dramatically. Yeah, see around that time, it's like a lot of like technology just started to boom and just appear, and it's just like an interesting era that I like.
The unidentified object, which some sources thought might be a blimp,
Anyhow, this is just all the context I want you all to know.
and
Some people just come into this and they're like, "Oh, what's this? Oh, people.
on the possibility that the object might have been a
There's so
blimp.
much more."
Although the blackout persisted until dawn, the
There's still
barrage
blimps,
itself
some.
concluded shortly after
Yeah.
4 a.m., by which time more than 1,400
Nowadays we see a
rounds
weather
of
balloon,
anti-aircraft artillery
to
had been
cover up
expended.
for the aliens. I'm just kidding.
The
Just
evening
kidding. I'm not gonna be like that
newspapers
today.
struggled to
Aliens don't
make sense
exist.
of the
Excuse me.
situation. Initial reports indicated that multiple enemy
At least the
planes had
alien
been
sighting
shot
was
down across southwestern Los Angeles. A police officer had allegedly seen 2 planes fall from the cone of the searchlights. However, investigations by the local police found nothing
Yeah, they
but
found nothing.
shrapnel, and the Western Defense Command announced that no bombs had been dropped
Yeah.
and no planes had been shot down. The confusion was only compounded by the lack of agreement between military officials. The Secretary
Knox
of
says
Navy,
no,
Franklin
Stimson
Knox,
yes.
speaking at a press conference in Washington, claimed the incident had been a false alarm and that
Yeah.
no planes had been present, further adding that the barrage had been provoked by nothing more than nervousness and overexcitement.
Honestly, I can see that.
Meanwhile, the Secretary of War, Henry Stimson, assessed that up to 15 unidentified planes had in fact flown over.
But like another thing that also people try to pull as an explanation is that at this time, America wanted to find any excuse to just like fucking go into like war with fucking Japan. Hold up, let's see. World War II, I think, ended 1944. Ended. No, 1945. Yeah. So like America declares war with Japan. 1941, yeah. So like December after like Pearl Harbor, right? Obviously they declare war and stuff. But like they want to like find like actual like motivation so like they can get like recruitment and stuff like that. They already have the recruitment, but like more would like back up their arsenal. And what was I gonna say? Hopefully I'm not like revisionist here, right? Oh shit, dude, I'm gonna break one of my wires. What was I gonna say? Also, like another thing I hate about this era is the Japanese internment camps. That was fucking horrible. And the executive orders, like fucking discriminating against people.
Given the lack
like,
of an
that's
actual
fucked.
strike, the planes were thought to have been part of a Japanese reconnaissance mission, or perhaps a group of commercial planes flown by enemy agents who sought to spread fear and chaos.
I'm telling you, that sounds like propaganda.
While the military insisted that
almost like something similar that's happening right now is what Putin said. With the fucking factory blowing up and saying the Ukraine did it. That's basically what he
close to an explanation
kind of tried to make.
People were going to get.
Yeah.
It might have been something. It may have been nothing.
Yeah.
No one seemed to know, and speculation abound.
And so aliens came into the mix because around this time, there was a lot of boom in technology. People weren't exactly on board with like Russia, right? They were like, "Oh wow, Russia's kind of like getting along with this, right?" So people look back at this era and stuff. Hold up. World War when? It's like right after World War. Yeah, 3 years later. But, like even before then, there were like signs that like Russia and America were butting heads.
As the war came to a close in late 1945, this all but forgotten mystery was suddenly dragged back into the spotlight. Declassified documents revealed the army had conducted an investigation shortly after the blackout had been lifted, and testimonies provided by military personnel and civilians alike have disclosed a number of interesting details. For instance, the
just give me the historical context because it's important. See, I need. Because obviously, a video called The Battle of Los Angeles is not in no way or shape or form going to claim that aliens is real, right? Hopefully. And hopefully they explain it objectively with no biases like I have, right? Because I'm just supposed to be the contrast here. Writing my own insight.
A flare attached to a balloon was spotted above Santa Monica.
Weather balloon.
Factories had then opened fire upon an assortment of aloft vessels,
balloons, military
airships, and airplanes. One unit even reported setting a plane on fire soon after the barrage commenced, and some had both seen and heard the plane soaring through the clear night sky. Conflicting
flare with balloon. Sent via the air. They sound like bombs or something, right? Balloon bombs. Oh, I better not get fucking banned for searching up balloon bombs, dude. Oh, balloon bombs? Historical context. There we go. Oregon Encyclopedia PBS. Oh my god. This looks like a bootleg website. I am not ready to see. Granddaughter of World War II veteran from Austin, Texas, has wartime momentum with a note claiming that it is a piece of Japanese balloon, excuse me. A bomb. More than 9,000 these incendiary weapons. So, I don't know. Hold up. Let me just, like, take the... It's like, I don't remember how balloon bombs look. Because I remember in, like, elementary, they fucking showed me how it looked. Is that a flare? Okay, there's two incendiary bombs, sandbag blast, automatic altitude control device, bungee shock cord, burning the approximately 1 hour. Fly paper on lower sphere. Shot lines, gas. Flares. No, I don't think they have flares. Yeah, their designs do not have flares. But what was I gonna say? I was gonna say maybe like they actually found them.
Notwithstanding, a conclusion written on March the 22nd reads:
I don't have all the details and I don't remember all this stuff.
It has been definitively ascertained that the blackout and anti-aircraft firing were caused by the presence of from 1 to 5 unidentified airplanes. While it is possible that these airplanes were launched from Japanese submarines, it is more likely that they were civilian or commercial planes operated by unauthorized pilots. Japanese involvement was subsequently ruled out, as Japan had not sent any planes near Los Angeles that night, and so any planes observed must have originated from the Americas.
Yeah.
But that seemed unlikely, given that a thorough search with help from the FBI
Again, propaganda.
turned up nothing. As such, the Battle of Los Angeles,
because they would want to like cover it up like that, just to seem like, oh, it was a mistake, or oh, something happened. 1948.
In
this is the Cold War.
A former Army Air Force major and college professor by the name of William
This is when the Cold War was like starting to get into like full effect.
On behalf of the U.S. Air Force, Gus was given full access to all relevant military records, and he came to the conclusion that weather balloons had been responsible. And there is a lot of
weather balloons, dude. They always say that shit.
Mentioned, the barrage had supposedly been provoked by a balloon carrying a red flare. At least 3 officers testified that they had identified a target as a weather balloon, and one of them chose not to fire after learning that the weather balloon had indeed been released by one of the regiments. His testimony was corroborated by a general who claims that 2 meteorological balloons had been released near Hollywood that night. Furthermore, a balloon may account for the slow movement. According to some, the UFO required nearly 30 minutes to cover a distance of some 40 kilometers.
Army officials declined to comment on the possibility that the object might have been a blimp. However, it required nearly 30 minutes to travel some 25 miles, far slower than an airplane.
In fact, artillery units were criticized by the investigation for failing to take the slow rate of travel into consideration. On the other hand, the balloon theory does raise a few valid questions. For one thing, why did the army open fire on a harmless balloon? Well,
we're being
possible
dumb.
Explanation comes from a former army colonel by the name of
Just
John
kidding.
Murphy.
That's like the dumbest way to
explain that. In 1949, Murphy wrote an article in which he claims that when the regional controller in San Francisco received word of a balloon over Los Angeles, he misconstrued its description as that of a large enemy Zeppelin. As such, he gave...
Think about that. The fucking description somebody from fucking San Francisco got, and the decision they made to tell Los Angeles, oh, it's a fucking enemy, fucking shoot it down, you know what I mean? Is what caused this event. This seems plausible, but they're gonna explain other solutions, right? That's crazy that a fucking city from far away can just make a decision for like people from Los Angeles
having no
or
authorization
army
to do so. This is somewhat supported by the army investigation, which states that responsibility for opening fire should rest with the anti-aircraft commander, not the controller. However, there is one major point of contention that persists to this day.
And then there's always
that some 1,400 rounds of anti-aircraft
That's it's important to describe everything.
Failed to bring down a mere balloon.
Ooh.
The lack of a satisfying answer to this
fucking
question,
messing
along
around,
with the
probably.
ambiguity of many others, seems to have given conspiracy theorists just enough wiggle room to suggest
like, listen,
something.
If I get told there's a fucking blimp and I go to the location where the blimp is at, I'm just kidding. No, it's just I don't know. I feel like they would probably be like whipped up into shape, right? Like as in like they'd probably obey and try to shoot down the balloon or try to like call somebody and be like, "What do I do?" Right? That is a little weird that they didn't just shoot it down.
It gets even stranger when you realize that an LA Times
obviously it's not gonna be a fucking
by the name
UFO.
of Bill Henry claimed the UFO had withstood direct hits by the anti-aircraft shells. Although further down in the same column,
but they did find
Henry
like
writes
shells,
the UFO looked like a batch of balloons floating in the wind. Then there's this photograph. It was published by the Los Angeles Times.
It was a drawing or something.
And it has attracted a lot of controversy after it was found to have been retouched prior to publication. This is the image initially published on February the 26th, while this is the unpublished original. To complicate matters, yet another version was then published in 1945. In this version, the image has been flipped, and these explosions have been enlarged. It may seem a bit strange, but photographic retouching was a quite common practice at the time. Nevertheless, in the original photograph, the light beams appear to converge upon something in the sky, but what that something is cannot be discerned. It could be a plane, a weather balloon,
that was like the issues with back then with cameras. Not that they didn't have the resolution, rather they were just in black and white.
Other photographs taken that night are equally devoid of clarity, although it should be noted that none of them depict a UFO of any kind. In any case, a balloon withstanding scores of anti-aircraft ordnance seems highly improbable. Unless, of course, it didn't. I mean, are we absolutely certain the two balloons released that night actually remained aloft? Well, according to the aforementioned Colonel John Murphy, they did. In 1949 he wrote, "Both balloons, as I remember, floated away majestically and safely." But in complete contradiction to that statement, an unnamed air raid warden claims the firing was concentrated on a big bag that looked something like a balloon. The bag had then been torn to shreds by the gunfire and slowly fallen towards the ground. But there is,
it's just like people don't remember the events properly. That's what it is.
The balloon is never made clear. It is relatively safe to assume the balloon ascended into the sky because, well, that's what balloons tend to do. And the added difficulty of trying to hit a target that's moving both horizontally and
honestly, I don't know. Contradictory statements sometimes, because like sometimes it's just me. Like for example, I say like one thing, like one moment, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember like this, and then I'm like, oh wait, no, I don't.
Vertically may explain.
Like, if I was the commander, I'd probably be like, yeah, I remember like that. It's like
if we take these factors
people just reading too much into these words.
Events may have unfolded like this. A weather balloon is first released around 1 a.m.
And then this is his scenario, so this is where his bias
can Zeppelin, and the barrage commenced shortly after 3 a.m. The balloon is then obliterated by exploding shells or escapes by means of ascension. In the midst of all this chaos, a second balloon is released, and the whole thing starts all over again. Meanwhile, smoke produced by more than 1,000 explosions now create the illusion of any number of targets. That last part is based on a testimony by the acting commander, in which he states that he was initially...
Obviously, I don't know this, so like he's just bringing up this last-minute piece of information.
He was deceived by drifting smoke.
If this is like an essay, that would be the most scrutinized part. They'd be like, why didn't you mention that earlier?
Produced by the exploding shells.
They just ask like, oh my god, cool, right?
I've covered this case before, over 4 years ago, and back then I was firmly in the camp of this cannot be explained. What's more is that because this was during World War II, right after Pearl Harbor had been attacked, the military quickly pointed spotlights at the object thinking it might be another attack.
That better not be what it is.
Soon after, they began firing and even sent out
This is a fucking movie.
But much like the channel name I used back then, my claim that American planes had pursued the UFO was a mistake. While an anonymous source initially claimed the Air Force had pursued the UFOs,
U.S. Army planes quickly took to the dark skies, but whether they contacted the object has not been announced. Although some watchers say they saw airplanes in the air, semi-official sources say they probably were the U.S.
This is the type of person I want to be. I want to call myself out whenever I fucking, I get something wrong. But what was it to say? Like, with stuff like this, back then I would have also said alien. Just because I was like into aliens and stuff like that. Or like ghost. Or demon. Or the world is ending. Jesus Christ is here to fucking start the rapture or something crazy like that.
This was immediately refuted. The investigation justified the
I would have said something like that, I say.
as follows.
Nowadays I'm more rational, I swear.
we had 15 planes in 3 different places, a total of 45. If that was a reconnaissance preceding a carrier, we did not want to have our pursuit in the air half out of gas when the attack came in. We didn't want to take the chance. Now, there is one last major flaw with this theory. The radar readings. As previously mentioned, 3 separate radar stations picked up a UFO at 1:44 a.m. The UFO was then tracked within 5 kilometers of Los Angeles before it vanished. In addition, multiple radar stations scanned the intersection of the searchlight.
Can you show you this image? This image is probably unrelated.
Nothing, and the UFO never reappeared on the radar scopes. The thing is, back in 1942, American radar equipment left a lot to be desired. Just prior to the Battle of Los Angeles, British radar pioneer Robert Watson Watt conducted
the inventor of the Watt! I'm just kidding.
In January of 19...
Actually? Who invented the Watt? James Watt? Yeah.
42.
Interesting surname.
Equipment along the west coast to be gravely unsuitable.
Greatly
He described it as being in grave danger of plotting false tracks. Furthermore, radar personnel lacked sufficient training to properly operate the stations. A complementary analysis by the Army completed in early February confirmed Watson's findings and described the conditions of the Western Defense Command as
working with sensors and all that shit. I can tell, and even like code, like it's like all mannerisms that just go into like, oh shit, why'd the car turn on? Oh shit, why did I go for it? Because like, like on my car Project D, what happens is like, I keep in mind it's not just me that made that; it was also my team. Because I don't want to get all the credit; it was really them. I was just there typing up the fucking reports and shit. I'm like. For example, if I code like the motor code and I accidentally forget a variable to keep in mind or something like that, and it's like, oh, it moves up, it moves left, right, diagonally, right. So at one point that piece of code is gonna come back and bite me in the ass, and I'm gonna be like, why did it stop, or why is it still going forward, right? And like with technology like this. Some of this technology was invented just right on the spot, and the U.S. Army was like, "Oh yeah, let's use that." It's like for like radars and stuff like that to be like getting like phantom readings is not necessarily like out of the question, right? Even like fuck, what is that one? The Ghost of Vietnam or whatever. Fucking Ghost of Vietnam. I don't remember. Vietnam Ghost. Whatever, like when we were fighting Vietnam, or when we were in the Vietnam War, I think like a US ship started getting a bunch of like dots on their fucking sonar, and when they looked outside they thought that they were getting attacked by the Vietnamese, or what was it called, the Viet Cong. And that was another example of like the fucking equipment malfunctioning. I'm pretty sure that's how it was. Phantom ship. Fuck. Control F. Which was it? The X Files. I think it was the Vietnam War. Yeah, Gulf of Tonkin incident. Sonar, right? Yeah, on August, that evening the ships opened fire on radar sonar returns that had been preceded by communications intercepts, which the US, yeah. So like, see stuff like that, and keep in mind this is what, like the 60s. Yeah, 60s. What the fuck? Like you'd be like, oh, we have this down. We have this technology nailed down. No, and think about it back then too. Like it was like barely new. Like, hold up. What exactly is this?
And the analysis by the Army complete.
Is that sonar, right?
What conducted a detailed analysis
Oh, radar.
of
History of radar. Oh my god, Hertz invented the Hertz. Fuck him. He made sine waves. I'm just kidding. Not even a joke. He's like totally unrelated with that. Radar. Well, okay, I just want to see when the fuck it was invented. Mid century? Okay, yes. 1900s. Hmm. Delivered by some institution of electrical engineers in London. Dude, I'm a fucking computer engineer. Imagine if I do something like that and make a fucking piece of technology. I think this moves on to be used in war. All sorts of applications. That'd be crazy. Uh, the point is, this like technology was in its infancy, right?
American early.
And then like, there's a lot of like shit that just goes on. For example, did you all know if you bring a magnet close to a circuit that's running that has a current running through it, current begins to form through the magnet as well, and the circuit may actually end up frying because it's, the current actually increases or not increases. There's more amperage
Warning
in the
systems.
current.
In
And the,
January
excuse me, yeah,
1942,
more amperage in the
Watson
circuit.
found radar equipment along the west coast to be gravely unsuitable.
That's crazy, right?
He described it as being in grave
a lot of people
danger
don't think about this.
False tracks.
And like,
furthermore, radar personnel lacked sufficient training to properly operate the stations. A complementary analysis by the Army completed in early February confirmed Watson's findings and described the conditions of the Western Defense Command as entirely inadequate.
Yeah.
Even so, it is rather strange that these targets were visible to the naked eye. And
so this event isn't really a hoax. It's just more people trying to make it out to be like a alien. So like aliens.
Well, I'm afraid there's
the next one is a hoax for sure.
To this story. As an article from 2011 so aptly put it, there's ample room to support a variety of conclusions and beliefs. While there is sufficient evidence to support the weather balloon theory, a mountain of conflicting evidence still makes it difficult to accept.
Yeah.
In order for the theory to work, one must be willing to discount a vast amount of incompatible information. It's entirely possible that nothing flew over Los Angeles that night.
Yeah.
The barrage may have been provoked by nothing more than wartime anxiety, amplified by the submarine.
What I said earlier, I
the
think.
night before. As Secretary Knox put it, a false alarm. As most witnesses have long since passed away, and no additional information has been uncovered for decades, this more than 75-year-old mystery may never be truly resolved.
Until we get time machines, what the fuck are you on about? I'm just kidding. Crazy. Yeah, that's cool, right? That is a cool one. I've only been live for like an hour. No fucking way. Oh, I need to check this out. How long? Hour and 28 minutes. Wow. I may actually end up like after a few videos, end up like not stopping, but like just like, really just because I'm tired. I have class tomorrow too at like 8.
Affiliated stations present Orson Welles and the Mercury Theater on the air in The War of the Worlds by H.G.
Yeah, so this is the War of the Worlds.
When Orson Welles' electrifying adaptation of War of the Worlds aired on the radio 80 years ago, it was said to have sent Americans running into the streets in panic, believing Martians were attacking Earth.
Yeah.
Did it really cause mass hysteria? What happened, and where did the story of panicked listeners come from?
Oh wait, this is I thought he made the whole shit up. No, it was just people accidentally thinking they were being
due to years of economic depression and the winds of war swirling in Europe. This was the setting when Wells and his troupe took to the air with a faux show featuring a report of an explosion on Mars.
Yeah, this is a long time ago,
Martian
man.
Invasion. Intermittent simulated news bulletins and music, all based off H.G. Wells' 1898 science fiction novel, The War of the Worlds.
This radio show that, according to all of the reports, had sent untold.
This is like a hoax. Well, not a hoax, but more or less like
listeners fleeing their homes, grabbing
people like make it out to seem like a hoax, I guess.
Taking off for the hills because they believed that Martians had landed in Grover's Mill, New Jersey.
Americans woke up to their papers the next morning to see headlines about a radio program that had sown terror and panic across the country. The Associated Press included reports like in Pittsburgh, a man returned home in the middle of the broadcast and found his wife with a bottle of poison in her hand saying, "I'd rather die this way than like that." Indianapolis, a woman ran into church screaming, "New York destroyed. It's the end of the world." Washington Post reported one Baltimore listener died of a heart attack during the broadcast, but no one followed up on the story to provide further details.
Okay, interesting.
The New York Times, whose front page
this is a lot of like sensationalism here.
Taking war drama as fact.
Yeah.
Mass hysteria. And it was the sharing of these reports that spread fear. But there was one problem. Almost nobody was fooled by Wells's broadcast.
It really was.
Yeah.
The 1938 version of clickbait.
Schwartz says only a small fraction of the supposed millions who heard the broadcast believed it in some fashion. People are more likely to believe in false reports that agree with the fears, beliefs, and prejudices that they perhaps already.
Yeah, see, and that's the part that gets misconstrued in a lot of the videos. So like they said, a lot of people fucking thought this is a normal broadcast because they were like, oh, he's just reading from the book, right? And like a lot of the videos that you see, like for example, let's just hoax, original fake news. Shut the fuck up. War of the Worlds. It's just, that's original fake news. War of the Worlds mass panic that never happened. Yeah, yeah. See, this is the hoax. People were like, "Oh my god, there was a mass panic caused by the hoax of the not hoax of the century, reading that on accident. Caused by the War of the Worlds thing." Yeah, broadcasting hoax. Yeah, see. Yeah, it's like what the heck. That's how I remember it as a hoax, but it's more like it isn't. It's just somebody fucking reading. I think I fucking caught that. Holy shit. What? Where is it? Oh, did I get rid of it?
Already have, according to a Northwestern University study.
It's the power of this being spread by people that you know and trust. The sharing of these very divergent reports of what this might be that led to a relative handful of pockets of hysteria scattered all over the country.
Yeah.
War of the Worlds served as one of the first dramatic demonstrations of how media persuasion works.
In popular culture.
Exactly. It had power. Radio had power back then.
1930s believed whatever they heard on the radio.
Yeah, and like this is why media literacy is important too. Because obviously we shouldn't just believe everything we're just told. CNN, Fox News, for example. Any other news network. We need to sift through the sources and come to our own conclusions. Like, for example, I'm watching them. For all that I know, they could be throwing poison into the river, and I could be like, oh fuck, I knew it. I was right. It was a hoax. You know what I mean? They could be like
in the age of
conflicting with like actual reporting. But they probably are. They're probably telling the truth.
One modern day example of this phenomenon was in January 2018, when Hawaiians were sent scrambling.
Oh yeah, that.
Emergency alert notification warned of a ballistic missile.
People were like crazy because they were like, "Oh my god!"
Hawaii even sounded off nuclear war sirens. About a
really
half
scared.
hour later, Representative Tulsi Gabbard of Hawaii tweeted the first message was false. When it comes to War of the Worlds, did some people believe the broadcast? Yes. But was it an instance of mass hysteria overtaking tens of thousands of people throughout the U.S.?
So I guess it's just sensationalized by the people that fucking reported this story. Yeah, I'm gonna watch this video, the history of April Fools, and I think that's it. I'll just end it there.
Well, the exact
Pull up.
Today on the Daily Dose, the
Like that.
history of April Fool's Day.
There's nothing else.
While the exact origins of April Fool's Day remain shrouded in debate, some historians have speculated that April Fool's Day dates back to 1582, when France switched from the Julian calendar to the Gregorian calendar, as mandated by the Council of Trent in 1563.
Julian Gregorian.
Since the Julian calendar places the new year on April 1st, People who were slow to get the news or failed to recognize that the new
What
year
the
had
heck
moved
is
to January
this?
1st became the butt of jokes and hoaxes when dullards continued to celebrate New Year's on April 1st.
This is interesting.
Frenchmen in the know would place a paper fish on the back of ignorant revelers, calling them Poisson d'Avril, or April fish. Other historians have linked April Fool's Day to ancient Roman festivals such as Hilaria, which is Latin for joyful, when people dressed up in disguises and mocked both average citizens and magistrates.
Dude, I hate 5 minutes crafts.
Still others have speculated that the day was tied to the vernal equinox, or first day of spring in the northern hemisphere, when Mother Nature frequently fooled people with changing, unpredictable weather. Despite these competing origin theories, April Fool's Day spread throughout Britain during the 18th century. In Scotland, for instance, the tradition became a two-day event, starting with hunting the gowk, in which people were sent on phony errands, followed by Tally Day, which involved playing pranks on people's derrieres, such as the pinning of fake tails or kick-me signs. In modern times,
kick me. Is that Snake?
Great lengths to create
solid
elaborate
snake?
April Fool's Day hoaxes.
Why do you say that like
the
that?
1957 BBC report that Swiss farmers were experiencing
That's evil.
a
What the
record-setting
fuck?
spaghetti harvest.
Spaghetti harvest. You know what? I'm gonna watch that.
Photographs of people harvesting noodles
Yeah.
from trees.
And then there's the other one. There's the somewhat related one, which is growing money on trees and stuff like that.
In 1989,
It's absurd, you know.
Sports Illustrated writer George Plimpton tricked many readers when he ran a made-up article about a rookie pitcher named Sid Finch, who could throw a fastball over 168 miles an hour, while a 1996 announcement by Taco Bell duped people when it announced it had purchased Philadelphia's Liberty Bell with the intent of renaming it the Taco Liberty.
Well, how is this relevant?
Burger King followed up on Taco
How is this relevant? What? Wait, I lost the plot. What?
Customers, the history of April Fool's Day. Today on the Daily Dose. For the record, I wouldn't believe a single word this guy says. If you like learning something
interesting. Yeah. I don't do anything on April Fool's Day though. But I just like it. I like the idea. What was it saying? But I always used to think April Fool's is el Día de los Inocentes. That's a different thing. It's like, it's like something else. Santos Inocentes, yeah. Something completely different. My dad is like, April Fool's is el Día de los Inocentes or something like that. Imagine he said el Día de los Indigentes. Anyhow, with that said, again, this isn't my usual content, but yeah, because I fucking miss April Fools, I guess I'll make up with this small little special I made. Oh, excuse me. Tomorrow I'll be back with Fire Emblem. Okay, hopefully I'll be back with Fire Emblem. I can't stream late tomorrow. You wanna know why? For my school, I have to be the person presenting open house. Or presenting at the open house. So yeah. Oh well, what am I gonna do? Yeah, I'm gonna be there for like not tomorrow, excuse me, Saturday. I'm going to be there. So like I can't stay up like late, like Friday. Cause like Fire Emblem maps take me so fucking long for Fire Emblem 3. Not 3 houses, just like 3. Mystery of the Emblem or whatever it's called. It just sucks, right? So what's the question mark? I've never seen it be. Oh wait. Also, they're getting rid of the views counter? When? This views is going away on April 14th, 2022. Okay. Cool. See, I mean, it really doesn't do anything. If at all, I've had like, probably like 0 viewers, honestly. Like, it just is 1 viewer. But it's probably like 0.5 viewers that have watched me today. But yeah, that's it. What was I gonna say? I'll see you all tomorrow, like I said. Yeah. Good night, good day, whatever it is, and good night, everybody. Bye. Yeah. So hopefully tomorrow I stream Fire Emblem. And is there anything else I want to say before I go? Yeah, no. Yeah. Bye, everybody.